Morning everybody. Well, I have not picked up the camera for a couple of weeks now, so it's just been a lot of towing, slow towing, and yeah, nothing really interesting happening. Today I'm just waking up in Northam. I'm on my way out near Cunderdin to load a John Deere sprayer. So if I'm there by myself, I'll set the camera up and see what sort of an act it is trying to get it on there by myself, because they're very blind when it comes to put them on the trailer backwards. You cannot see behind you. Basically, you can't see the wheels, so there's a lot of in and out of the cab, and yeah, it can be a bit frustrating at times. But anyway, I'm just waking up, so I'm going to drink my coffee, fill out my book, and hit the road. So yeah, we'll take you along for a ride. Not bad coffee either. All right. Okay, so as I sort of half-assed explaining there when I stopped I stopped there for breakfast, and I was more focused on getting to the shop before they sold out of good food than I was on explaining what's happening. And as it turned out, I got this bloody roll that was so stale and dry, most of it's crumbled onto the floor here, so next time I stop, I have to blow the cab out. Bit of a mess, but anyway. So, went to load the sprayer. Well, we got the job yesterday. It's not my job, I'm only contracting. You know, a lot of the work you see me doing isn't actually my work, I'm just a contractor. I'm just a subby. So, the company I would work for do probably 50% of my work for, 60%. Rang and said they've had a guy wanting to do a sprayer swap from one farm to the other and then back again. So loaded both ways, and it's a John Deere 616 sprayer and should be fine, no pilot. And we all sort of thought, well, normally it's a safe bet to take a pilot. So we tried to find out a better width. We rang the dealership, a couple of different dealerships, and couldn't really get an answer. We rang a guy who moves a lot of them for the dealership, a lot of John Deere. He's even got green stripes painted on his truck. He's a John Deere man, and we said, this is what we've got. We've got a 616. It's on this size tyres, and he said they're 3.9 all day long. When they arrive on the ship, they're packed up smaller to save money on the shipping, but when they've done the pre-delivery at the agent at the service depot, they widen that out. Like I said, they move that boom out, and that's what had happened. I got there this morning left Leslie at home. She'd already cancelled her other appointments to come out today, but then, we couldn't keep saying to the farmer, it's not 3.7, it's wider, it's 3.9, because we're basically calling him a liar by doing that, and that's, if he's measured at 3.7, then we've got to take his word for it. So I arrived without a pilot, and it was easy enough to see what had happened. At the back, yep, just over 3.6. At the front, however, that left-hand boom section stuck out where they've moved it out for the step. So I reached up and measured across there, and 3.86, 3.9. So I had to give him a bit of a wake-up call this morning, early hours of the morning, and say, look, it's actually 3.9. Your call what to do. But I wasn't prepared to move it at that because it's my permits on the line. He come down and he said, what we'll do is we'll unbolt it or move it in. I actually sort of thought, that's a bit of a pain, because I thought I'm going to be sitting there half the day while they do it, pack it up, and then the one at the other end has to be done so I can bring it back. But to their credit, they had this done in about 30-40 minutes, so they'd finished it and I didn't even have the trailer set up. I thought I'm going to have time to have a nap and kick back, but they'd packed it up really quickly. The whole thing now is under 3.7, so no pilot, because that's the rules with agricultural gear. 3.8 and above needs an escort. If it was earth moving, it's 3.5 and above, or anything else actually 3.5 and above needs a pilot, but agricultural, it is 3.8. So so that's the story. We're packed up. Hopefully the farmer at the other end, the manager at the other end, is packing up the other one now, and it's going to be a case of wheel this one off, next one on, turn and burn, because I've got 320k lead each way, and I'm booked on a plane tomorrow to head to New Zealand for a family member's passed away, so I've got a funeral to attend. So I'm doing this straight to the airport, and then I get off the plane back here in about 3 days' time, and I'm straight into the truck to go and move another sprayer. So it's a rough time, but we're getting there. Anyway, we'll keep on heading south. The weather is threatening rain, but the sun is also shining at the moment, so we'll just see what happens. This is the first filming I've done for a long time. I just haven't picked it up. I don't want you to get bored with the content, because it is much of a muchness for me. It's Groundhog Day. I've just been out towing some seating bars, and one of them would have been really good content. We sort of got a bit. We had a discussion with pilots as to which way we were going, and one of them was a local, so I trusted his judgment. And we ended up in some pretty tight trees, and there was a pretty hairy going. We'd done a fair bit of deforestation over the journey, but we got there. But I didn't film anything, so I'll try and do better once I get back from New Zealand. So anyway, we'll keep on going. Oh, sorry everybody, but you missed all the drive here because I was on the phone organising jobs and flights, and just all go. So I've got I'm on the plane tomorrow back to New Zealand for a very short visit for a funeral service, and then I'm back here straight into the truck, and now I've got a couple of tow behind sprayers to move, and I've just had a call about another 7.5 metre air seeder bar to move, and that's going to be the end of next week. So I'll try and take you along. But the upshot of all that was, I didn't turn the camera on. I'm just arriving at the farm here. This is one of these places that it seems to be like I haven't been here since last year, and I'll probably end up here and 3 or 4 times over the next couple of weeks. You know, you have the bouts where you go to a place over and over and over again, then you don't go for another bloody 6 months. Whereas, you know, this guy's got a fair bit of machinery, runs a couple of blocks, and yeah, good customer to deal with. Like I say, they packed this machine up ready for transport in no time at all. It was really good. So I've got a 616 sprayer on here, and I'm looking for another 616 to return. And that would be it sitting out there. And I think he's got the wing all packed away. That looks good. He had a weighbridge here too somewhere. I'd love to get a weight off the truck. Oh yeah, he has got that all packed in, I think. Just got the aerials to come off it, and she should be good to go. Oh, that's not a 616, that's a 4045, I think it was. Alright, let's get busy. So I tried to get old mate there to drive it on, because sometimes it's better if I guide, but he did not want to drive it, which, you know, that's fair enough as well. He said, I don't want to be responsible for it falling off. It's like, well, if you're guiding, you're responsible, mate. way is it going to go now? Yeah. Starting to walk off that way again. Yeah. She'll be right. Be close enough. Yep. That'll do it. Alright, we're only 5k's off the farm now where I'm dropping this. Really only got about half an hour of daylight left, so it's been quite a long day. 330k's, it was about 200k's from the yard to here, 330 down to the farm with the first machine, 330 back up, and once I kick it off I'll have 200k's home. And yeah, that'll do it for the day. Righto, here we go. Now, a lot of these farms, like it's a big area, but there's just no flat ground, so I'll end up facing probably downhill. It'll make it the easiest option, I think. The uphill or downhill isn't as big an issue as left to right, because the gravity will just pull the machine sideways off the trailer as you move forward or back. So I don't know if I can get around the shed here. Look at that, I can unload just down here. Absolutely perfect. Sorry, I might as well turn you off there because all you can see is the sun. we just discovered where the battle putting it on there, that one side's not right in, so that's why it was wider than the last one. Let's see if he remembers the step. I once did this with a machine, got to fold the step up, and it cost me many thousands of dollars. And it's just going sideways a bit. Like everything. Spot on. Too easy. Dave backed that last one on for me. I didn't film it, but it went straight up without any hassles. Alright, I'll put this camera down and pack this trailer up, and we are done. Too easy. Alright guys, good on you. See you next time.